Hello and welcome to Late Night Lock-In. As always, I'm Will Rice, and joining me in the studio is our amazing in-house performer, Abigail. On tonight's show, we have Justin, joining us to talk about the beginning of his promising career in comedy in Manchester and around the country. And he hopefully will be sharing some tips with you guys at home as to how you can get out there and make a difference. But before we begin, a quick recap on some recent news stories. This week, a woman in Scunthorpe has reported that her dog has been stolen. She described the incident as one of the worst things to ever happen to her, second only to moving to Scunthorpe. In other news, local jockey Dan Winters has been announced as the winner of the upcoming derby. That's according to Darren, 57, who once won £50 on a bet when he was 19. And finally, an amateur theatre group has announced that they will be performing Shakespeare plays for 24 hours straight to raise money for charity. Local insomnia sufferers are delighted to finally have a cure. But without further ado, to get us started for the show and to get us locked in, ladies and gentlemen, Abigail.
Where's the boy who held me close and said, I'll walk with you through the smoke? I can't help but think I somehow made you worse. You held my hand as we walked through the door, but then you walked alone through those humble halls. I went home on my own, we were never quite the same. Cause we were really young and naive. Oh, won't someone teach us please about how to love, how to feel and how to forget? Yeah, we were just so young and naive. Oh, won't someone teach us, please? I want to love, I want to feel, I want to forget. Come on now, just lift your chin up. Come on now, don't let them see. Come on now, you'll struggle through this on your own, but you will get there eventually. But where's the boy who held me close and said, I'll walk with you through the smoke? I can't help but think I somehow made you worse. You held my hand as we walked through the door, but then you walked alone through those humble halls. I went home on my own, we were never quite the same. Cause we were really young and naive. Oh, won't someone teach us please about how to love, how to feel and how to forget? Yeah, we were just so young and naive. Oh, won't someone teach us please? I want to love, I want to feel, I want to forget. Cause we were really young and naive. Oh, won't someone teach us please? Oh, I want to love, I want to feel, I want to forget. Yeah, I am just so young and naive. Oh, won't someone teach me please? Oh, I want to love, I want to feel, I want to forget.
Now, as you guys at home know, that here in the Lock-In, we love a drink. But we love nothing more than hearing from you at home. So, like always, if you find yourself with a story to tell and just want to come in and have a drink with me, then please get in touch. As always, the details are on screen, but email in at joinin@latenightlock-in.com. But now, the reason we're here tonight. Tonight we're joined by Justin, an up-and-coming creative, making some waves on the Manchester comedy scene. Justin is the producer for a new comedy group called Glass Crumpet, working to create comedy shows that are accessible to everyone regardless of background. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Justin. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem at all. Can I get you a drink?
Yeah, it would be lovely, please. Yeah.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Ooh. just getting stuck. There we go. So you're currently producing a monthly comedy show in Manchester.
Yeah, I am. So we, as a group, contacted a bar in it's northern quarter of Manchester just to see if there was a slot available for a monthly night, and we got it. And yeah, we're starting our third this week.
All right, great. So, so what made you go down this path?
So when you're trying to like start a career as a stand-up performer, actor, or anything in the creative industry, it's not as sort of cut and dry as other jobs where you can apply and you get an interview like that. A lot of the time you have to make your own work, and there's a group of friends we're all want to get into the creative industry, so we decided just to make our own work and sort of get out there.
Great, be really proactive. So is there anyone that's like always inspired you guys, or?
I'd have to say, me personally, I'd say Monty Python, just because well, they're a group much like us, but you know, started in a similar way, like Cambridge University and the Cambridge Footlights, and then just sort of snowballed from there, really.
Nice. So you mentioned like we have to, as an artist, like create your own work. What's been the biggest difficulty when trying to achieve this?
So asking for things. So I've quickly learned that if you ask for what you want, you don't get what you want. So you have to start sort of ask for double and expect half back.
Right.
So then you actually get what you want in return.
And what's a piece of advice you would give to someone trying to achieve the same thing or something similar?
Don't expect it to be brilliant from the start. So like mistakes is essentially what makes you good. Because if you go in and everything's brilliant from the start, you don't really learn anything from that. So like problem solving and things going wrong is definitely how you grow as a performer.
Do you have any examples of like anything where it went really wrong?
Well, I forgot to print posters for one thing. So I essentially went to this venue and they were like, "Oh, who's coming?" We're like, "Oh, friends, family." Is like, "Anyone else coming?" And then I was like, "No." And it was like, "Have you done any marketing?" And I was like, "No, I didn't really think of that." So that was a bit of a baptism of fire.
Well, we've just got a few questions from people at home. So we've got Jack in Durham who said, "I've been getting into acting and have my first show next week. Do you have any advice to get over pre-show nerves?"
Yeah, let everything go. So whatever you're doing, whether it's a comedy, farce, or just like a regular play, don't have any reservations. Just go 100% all in, and that you'll definitely do the best you can do then.
Yeah, brilliant. And then we've got one here from Megan in Essex, who has said, "My band have been on tour for 3 weeks now, and it's good, but sometimes it can be a struggle. What would you say about when you hit a wall in the creative process?"
I'd say also relax. So if you're a band or a group, I think sometimes if things aren't going as well as you expected or something goes wrong, it can be quite tense. It can be quite a tense atmosphere, especially if you're like between friends. So I think sometimes you just need to go, right, we'll have a break, we'll come back to it later, and then you come in fresh, a little bit more relaxed, and normally you have an idea to overcome the problem.
Brilliant. And then we've got one here from Paul in Preston. "Have you ever experienced the audience not quite feeling your performance or not being able to connect with the room? How do you handle it and try to recover?"
I have, and I think the best way to do it is don't think about it till the end. Because if you start thinking about it when you're in it, like I was doing stand-up once, and it wasn't going very well. And the biggest problem was I started thinking it wasn't going well in it. So I think whatever happens, just do the performance that you've rehearsed, and then worry about everything else later.
Makes sense. And then final one here from Lucas in Somerset, who said, "I've been working in the film industry now for 4 years, and I'm the youngest person from my town to win a nationally recognised award." Well, congratulations. So where do you see your career heading in 5 years?
Hopefully just making stuff, like because I want to be a producer, the biggest thing is I need a product to sell, and if you don't have content behind that, you've got nothing to sell. So hopefully my group will keep making content, hopefully have more regular gigs, get into things like YouTube, and then hopefully, you know, local theatre, and hopefully snowball from there.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's been really, really insightful. Thanks very much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, not a problem at all. Well, I'm afraid that's the end of the show, guys. I hope it's been interesting for you to listen to. Don't forget, if you want to be involved in next week's show, follow us on socials or email us. All info is on the screen now. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, Justin.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.